He appeared on Fox News last night. Listen to this exchange.
Do you have no shame? Do you have no shame in the people who are now you're asking to trust you to go and be their voice for them, their families, and their kids in Washington?
Tulsi, I can say the same thing about the Democrats and the party. Look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden's been lying to the American people for 40 years. He's the president of the United States. Democrats resoundingly support him. Do they have no shame?
For more, let's bring in NBC's Ryan Nobles on Capitol Hill. Ryan, welcome. So how long can Republican leadership remain silent about this new GOP congressman-elect? And do you think we can expect to see ethics investigations?
Well, to answer your first question, Alex, it's likely they will remain quiet right up until they come back and start the next Congress on January 3rd. That's when they'll be in a position where they're forced to answer questions from people like me in the halls of Congress. We're going to press them about what they plan to do about George Santos. And it also coincides with Kevin McCarthy's bid to become the next speaker. That vote taking place on January 3rd. He already knows that he has George Santos's vote. The margins are very tight in that regard. They're tight not just only between Republicans and Democrats, but there's also a faction of Republicans who have vowed not to vote for Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. So he needs every vote he can possibly get. Now, in terms of an ethics investigation, that's also pretty likely at this point. It doesn't take much to ask the Ethics Committee to begin a probe into a sitting member of Congress. And the Ethics Committee, of course, is completely bipartisan. An equal number of Republicans and Democrats serve on that panel. So it is likely that someone will ask the Ethics Committee to look into this, and they will begin an investigation. But once that happens, Alex, it almost becomes a black hole. The Ethics Committee does not publicly talk about their investigations until they are concluded. And oftentimes these ethics investigations amount to a slap on the wrist, a censure, or even something less than that. So it is very likely that George Santos will be a sitting member of Congress. And unless there is some sort of prosecutorial investigation into particularly his finances by either the New York Attorney General's office or the U.S. attorney in that part of New York, it's unlikely that he's going to see any real repercussions for basically lying about just about every aspect of his biography.